Laboratories makeup by Lady Gaga. I'm really excited to review this. It seems like it's taken this forever to get here. It was actually delivered to the wrong state. I was beginning to think it would never come, but finally all of the shipping issues were sorted out and it's finally here, and I'm really excited to review it. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a chemist who loves makeup. So I'm going to be trying out these products and also going over the ingredients from a chemist perspective, and also citing scientific articles down in the description box below for you. So I ended up getting the bundle with the liquid eyeshadow, lip liner, and lip gloss. I got the one called House of Metalhead. So first I'm going to be trying the liquid eyeshadow. So this is the Glam Attack liquid eyeshadow in the shade Biker. So as you can see, it is very opaque, and that is to be expected because, again, the second ingredient after water was silica. So wow, yeah, that is probably the most opaque liquid eyeshadow I've ever used, and it definitely also has a very shimmery effect. I'm just going to apply this all over my entire lid. Yep, so again, so far I'm just really impressed with the pigmentation and opacity, but I honestly was expecting it to be very pigmented because, again, the first ingredient is silica, which is an opacifying agent. So because this is so opaque, I want to go ahead and put something in my crease to kind of help blend everything out well. So I'm going to go into the Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the shade, Slate. Yeah, I'm just going to use that to blur everything out. So as I'm putting this shadow in my crease, I'm really noticing how shimmery and sparkly this is. And that is from the ingredient calcium sodium borosilicate. Alright, so yeah, I like this after applying the shadow. I'm going to apply a little bit of that underneath my lower lash line. Because this is so dark and intense, I want to lighten it up a little bit in my inner corner. So again, I'm going to go back into that Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm going to take this shade called Cyborg. I really find this to be a flattering shade. It's a silver shade, but it has sort of a warm pink tone to it. So I find it to be really flattering. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much more time on the shadow because I know you guys want to see the review for the lip liner and lip gloss, but a trick I've learned is if I'm doing cool toned shadows like this and I feel like it's just a little too cool for me, I need a little to pull more warmth, I'll go into a shade like this Bloom shade here, the pink shade, and just lightly work that above the crease and just really focus on buffing that out, blending that out. And I feel like that makes cool tone shadows a bit more wearable and just helps pull warmth back into the look. And then lastly, I'm just going to take this shade Fresh here and just put that directly underneath my eyebrow. So first impressions of the eyeshadow, I really like it so far. It's very opaque. Again, I'm attributing that to being because silica is the second ingredient. So far, it is not creasing. I will let you know how it does after wearing it for a few hours. If it begins to crease, it does contain a couple of ingredients that I believe could help it not to crease. And one of those ingredients is trimethylsiloxy phenyl dimethicone. This is a silicone. I have a video all about silicones, answering the questions are they safe in skincare and hair care. I'll have that video linked below. Essentially, this is a non-water soluble silicone, so you will have to use a surfactant in order to remove this properly. But with long wearing formulas, you typically, want to see water insoluble ingredients for a long lasting eyeshadow formula. Because it's a silicone, this is going to help prevent water loss, so this should help with creasing. Another ingredient that can potentially help with with the creasing is C12 to 15 alkyl benzoate. Now this primarily functions in cosmetics as an emollient, but it also is a thickening agent and also has antimicrobial properties. So it actually has many functions in cosmetics, and I was reading one article that suggested that it acted as a semi-occlusive, which means it's going to help prevent water loss. Again, that could help prevent creasing. But again, I'll just have to see how this formula wears after a few hours. Okay, so next up I have the lip pencil. This is in the shade Ride. So this lip pencil says to be long wearing on the website, and I believe an ingredient that is contributing to that is zeolite. This is a clay, and it will help prolong the wear of this lip liner. So it is very creamy and smooth going on, it glides on very easily. I attribute this to the ethyl hexyl palmitate, which is an emollient. This is going to help it glide on and be very smooth. The last product that I have in this bundle is the lip gloss. This is in the shade Blaze. So first impressions of the lip gloss, it's very thick, very and it's very opaque going on. It's definitely not like a you know, some lip glosses are more like translucent. This is definitely a more opaque formula. I really like the color payoff, and it's not super tacky, which I like. I do not like tacky lip glosses at all, so I appreciate that it's not super tacky. So the lip gloss contains, as the first ingredient, polybutene. This is a polymer that helps the formula be more viscous. So this is what's giving, this is a component that is giving it the thickness. So I looked into the some safety studies of polybutene, and actually found that that there were actually several cosmetic studies, but the one that I thought was most relevant, for this video was that it was a lip gloss products with 44% polybutene, and there were 2,545 subjects, and out of those subjects, only 2 had very mild reactions, very mild sensitivities. So yes, overall this seems to be very well tolerated. And also the main thing I want to say here is that I really appreciate that they didn't include fragrance or essential oils in these products. Fragrance and essential oils can be very sensitizing, can be co-sensitizing. It can actually cause you to become sensitized to other ingredients as well. So I personally very much appreciate that, you know, and also I appreciate that the list of ingredients is not ever long. You know, many times you'll see some products that just the list just goes on, and that is just increasing the chance of you having, you know, you just haven't, the more ingredients, the more increased chance you have of having a reaction or sensitivity. So I appreciate that it seems like they were very logical in their approach of designing these formulas and only including the ingredients that were absolutely necessary. And overall I am impressed with the ingredients. I'm impressed with the formulas. I'll check in after a few hours and let you know how everything held up. So something I forgot to say is that I actually do have the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre as my primer. I always wear eye primer with my shadows, and that is the one that I'm wearing today. Okay, so I'm approaching about 3.5 hours of having this on, and so far it's actually not creasing. The eyeshadow is not creasing. I do think that it's less pigmented than when I first put it on. So when I first put it on, it was extremely bold, vibrant, slate gray color. Now it's kind of more muted now, but it's still very much, you know, I still see the color, but I feel like it's a bit more muted than when I first put it on. The lip gloss has also held up really well, and it's pretty comfortable. It's not super sticky, but I can definitely feel it on my lips. So if you're someone who, you know, that bothers you, if you can like feel a lip product on your lips, then it might kind of bother you. I guess it just feels a little bit thick. Overall, I do like it. I like the color payoff. I like the it wears well. Also, yeah, the lip liner looks like it held up well too. So I know 3.5 hours isn't a super long time to wear this, but I did apply this in the evening time, and I'm about to wash it off. This is kind of this is something that I would wear more in the evening. So yeah, I would think around 4 hours is about how long I would want something like this to last. This is not something that I would probably wear during the day, but if you guys want me to, I can certainly try to wear it throughout a whole day and update you on how well it wears. Yeah, so just let me know if you're curious about like how long it actually wears. But yeah, for me here, this was only about a 3.5 hour wear test. So I'm pretty pleased that it didn't crease. So I honestly do have that problem often with eyeshadows, especially shimmery shadows. I have issues with creasing, and as you can see here, I did not have that problem throughout the 3.5 hours of wearing this. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any more questions about the ingredients, or if there are any ingredients that I didn't go over that you're curious about. Please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my review, and I hope you have a great day. Hey guys, so if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I realized when I was editing that my camera ran out of memory in one portion where I was talking about one of the ingredients, and it was one that I thought that you might be interested in, so I just wanted to add this quick little tidbit at the end about this ingredient. And again, if there are any other ingredients that you would like me to explain in further detail, just leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to that. But one ingredient that is interesting in the Glam Attack liquid shimmer powder, so the liquid eyeshadow, is methyl propane diol. This is very similar to polyethylene glycol, which if you've watched some of my other videos, you probably know that that helps products be more water soluble. It actually has many functions. It can actually help active ingredients be driven further into the skin. But this methyl propane diol, there is not as much research on it as polyethylene glycol, but there have been a few case reports of some people having sensitivities to polyethylene glycol. And so far, there are less reports of sensitivities to the methylpropane diol. However, there are far fewer studies on the methylpropane diol. But so far, the safety assessments look very great for this ingredient. But again, it's just less well studied than polyethylene glycol. And some companies are deciding to use that instead of polyethylene glycol because it seems like so far there are less sensitivities. But again, I personally feel that there should be more studies. But yeah, I just thought that this was an ingredient that you might see and maybe you would be wondering what this ingredient is. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark? From so far away, show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night? And what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me,